back, and this time we got something a little bit different planned. I normally do breakdowns and reactions to Street Beefs videos, or other like fighting videos, or do gameplay, but this time I'm actually gonna do my own personal breakdown and reaction to UFC 287 with Stylerbender and Poetan Alex Bejeda. So I'm gonna talk about how I think things turned out and why they turned out the way they turned out. Not really how, because obviously things are the way they are. So this is just, you know, the quick intro to what happened. Alex had him pinned up against the cage, and he goes after him, boom, and then gets caught overhand right, then another overhand right. It was a little jab that slipped in before, but, and then look at the celebration. But what's crazy about this fight is that when I was watching it, I was messaging one of my friends at the end of round one. I said, Izzy, there was a few things I was saying, mostly some about the low kicks, and then the other thing was about him being aggressive, being on the front foot, working behind the jab, and then the most important thing that I turned out to be very right on was the exchange. Him being willing to exchange with Alex. Don't just point fight, pitter patter, stay at range, single shots. He needed to throw combinations, and he needed to exchange with Alex. And that's a dangerous game. But I told my friend, I said, that's the best way to get the W in this case, you know. But I said there's three reasons why Alex, not Alex, but why Izzy shouldn't point fight Alex. One, he gets his legs tore up and he gets broken down because of the body shots from Alex. Two, even if he looks like he's winning rounds, since Alex has bigger power, if he gets a good reaction out of Izzy, he can steal that round. And then three, the final one is, even if Alex is down on the scorecards like how he was last time, Alex can just turn it on later on in the rounds and then get Izzy out of there. So him point fighting is just not the way to beat Alex. And that's probably why he said himself, he's like, oh yeah, I gotta become the hunter, I gotta chase after him. And so if you look at Izzy when he knocked out Robert Whitaker and when he knocked out Paulo Costa, his two best knockouts up until this point, they were both in the exchanges. He was exchanging with Paulo and he was exchanging with Robert Whitaker. And it's actually very similar punches to how he cleans them both up. The left hook, and he slips down onto the inside, throws the right hook, and then slips down onto the outside, throws the left hook. It's the reverse, inside outside. So he gets leverage on his punches in those exchanges. Even though he got long arms, he's good from the outside. On the inside and in mid-range, he's still very deadly. He hit Paulo with an overhand right there, the same shot he hit Alex with. You know, so like he has a weird way of getting leverage with his shots. But I knew, especially the way Alex fights, if you look at his guard, his hands come straight down when he's punching, and he can get away with that with smaller fighters or less accurate fighters or fighters that aren't Israel. But Israel's too deadly in those exchanges because of his head movement, which will get him out of the way of your punches, and then his accuracy with his punches. And it's set up by the fact that, so look, he's slipping down onto his right side. He's gonna slip down, boom, and he gets full leverage from that overhand because of the position he's in. He's able to transfer the weight over top. That's how he gets so much power into those punches. So he's super deadly in the exchanges, and you can see how that turned out. He flatlined them out cold, which was crazy. But before the fight, I didn't predict that Izzy would win. I was, in my mind, I said Izzy beat him the first fight, even though the judges gave it to Alex. The second fight, Izzy was winning, and then there was some controversy. It's like, oh, Izzy, Alex got saved by the ref. Izzy was gonna knock him out, and then Alex comes back and sleeps him. So it was 1-1 at that point, at least in my mind, probably in Izzy's. It's 1-1 at that point. And then the third fight, Izzy's winning. It's a pretty close fight, and then Alex turns it on in the fifth round, beats the hell out of him, and then TKOs him. So I'm thinking, okay, first fight, Izzy won, controversial. Second fight, Izzy looked like he was on his way to winning. Controversy, so you could make some excuses or give some reasons there why Izzy could have won that fight even though he got knocked out. It's like, it's weird. You could there's something positive for Izzy in that second fight. And the third fight, it makes an Izzy fan less optimistic, because if you really watch the fight, Alex broke Izzy down. He was breaking his legs down. He was breaking his body down. Izzy really couldn't move. Izzy was getting trapped up against the cage, and that's why he got knocked out. And then the worst part is, even though Izzy was putting on a decent performance, when it came time to really put it all on the line, Alex was better than him. Alex was better than him. He punished him and he stopped him. Alex was just better than him. So in my mind, I was like, Alex is the better fighter, man, because when it comes time to put it out all on the line, Alex just seems like he has the capabilities to beat Izzy in that circumstance. So I said Alex is gonna beat him the fourth time, and he gonna beat him even more convincingly. And it turned out that wasn't the case. But this is my final thoughts on it. I'll end my rant. This is my final thoughts. People always worry about power, and they don't worry about relative power, or what I say, punch to chin ratio. I learned this from a boxing YouTuber called Showbiz the Adult, and the perfect example is Wilder and Fury. Everybody's worried about Wilder's power because of that big right hand. He can knock out anybody, but nobody's worried about what Fury can do to Wilder. Just because you hit hard doesn't mean that you can take hard hits. And for some reason, because everybody hates Izzy, and it's understandable, you know, there's a lot of reasons to hate him. He does some crazy stuff and whatever. You can dislike him all you want. It doesn't matter if you dislike a fighter or love a fighter. You got to be able to not acknowledge their weaknesses and strengths. And so for some reason, people forget Izzy can hit fucking hard. I mean, look at what he did to Rob. Yoel Romero couldn't finish Robert Whittaker. Izzy put him out. Boom. Izzy put him out. Rob was gone, man. Nobody's been able to finish Paulo Costa. He didn't knock Paulo Costa out, but he hurt him bad, and then but made the referee step in, and then you saw what he did after. But for some reason, people forget that Izzy can really hit hard. And in the first fight, this is the final part of my rant, I promise. In the first UFC fight, their third fight in their whole rivalry, in that first round, Izzy jabs, and then he holds that jab out there, uses it as a probe, blinds his vision, right hand over top, left hook. Alex was out on his feet. And people just forget that Izzy's dangerous too. And they always say, oh, Alex has to be perfect for 25 minutes. Izzy has to be perfect for 25 minutes. Alex just has to be perfect for 1 second. I'm like, what? Why are y'all so stupid? Like, Alex can't get hurt. Like, Alex can't get knocked out. And I definitely didn't see this knockout coming, but I knew for sure that Izzy could knock Alex out. And I feel like everybody else forgot about that possibility. They didn't really entertain that possibility. And people always said, hey, he just got to be perfect for 1 second. I'm like, Izzy can knock him out. And he did. He proved a lot of doubters wrong. He had his back up against the wall against somebody that seemingly had his number. Not many people believed in him. Alex is a fucking intimidating dude that can knock out a horse, but Izzy went back in there 4 times with him and knocked him out the 4th time. And so, man, this has been my reaction and breakdown to UFC 287, Stylebender versus Alex Pereira. Immortality Serum out.
Immortality Serum is the faction. Plenty entertainment if you're asking. Gaming commentary and reactions. There ain't no faking, neither is the capping.